Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shelley.
All right, everybody off the table. You need to staple down.
We have to do
Yeah, the three-prong.
it makes Shelley look taller when we do this. We have to do.
He has to get on the floor.
We have to do the giraffes and the horses.
Stand up.
Who was the guest on ESPN Game Day?
Jonathan Templeline, pitching the Red Sox.
Good evening.
Podium where you taller. You
We
would
saw him
Father Jim,
New
good to
York.
see that we've got great depth at the Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church. Although it was pretty clear Father Duron wrote the game plan.
Yep.
Are you sleepy? No, I mean seriously, are you sleepy? We noticed when guys sit between John David and Bill for about 15 minutes, they tend to get drowsy and start to nod off.
Sort of like South Carolina does.
Bill, the height of your humor, it always inspires me. As you all know, Coach Mellon is not here tonight. I don't know how many of you are aware of it. He's doing an unexpected interview with the folks from Ripley's Believe It or Not. But seriously, isn't it great to be here to celebrate? Well, I mean, think about it. The state of Mississippi has been #1 in a lot of categories over the years, but this is the first one we can celebrate.
This is true.
And for those of you who saw the game Saturday, I had no idea that the whole eat more chicken thing originated at Mississippi State, but that was pretty good. Okay. Unfortunately, Father Duron was not available to me this week, and I had to sort of undertake this on my own. But I've been pondering since, since last week, but with more vigor since the rankings came out yesterday. Was what's happened at Ole Miss and Mississippi State in their football program foreseeable? Was it prophesied someplace? I took a page from Father Duron's book, the good book, to see if I could find anything biblical about what's going on. So last night I got down the old family Bible to see if it says anything about Ole Miss or Mississippi State. Now there's plenty in the Bible to remind you of both schools. For example, there are 149 positive references in the Bible to alcoholic beverages. That's 59% of all references. So clearly that has Ole Miss in mind. And Sodom and Gomorrah, I mean, it's like a pledge manual for Ole Miss SAEs. As far as Mississippi State, well, the entire Old Testament reads like a course handbook at Mississippi State. Shepherding, cattle raising, tilling the soil, sheep, more sheep. But where to look for prophecy? Well, I turned to the book of Revelation, but unfortunately after several hours of reading Scripture, I could find no reference to either Ole Miss or Mississippi State football. Although there were quite a few thinly veiled references to Nick Saban. The team Mississippi State replaced as #1, defending national champion Florida State, was the subject of a long article on the front page of yesterday's New York Sunday Times. Most of you probably already read it when you were looking at the Times yesterday. But apparently the officers at the Tallahassee Police Department, many of whom make about $40 an hour from the university for working game weekends directing traffic, aren't exactly Columbo when crime is involved, featuring Florida State players. But you know what they say, justice delayed is a national championship. But I suggest you read the article. It makes the Knoxville police look like Joe Friday and company. Based on this, when Florida State goes to the gun, you just need to be off the street. And finally, just really one more thought for the weekend. It's after the last 2 weekends. It's kind of amazing the way phrases come and phrases go, and things don't make sense when you hear them and think about it. For example, blushing bride, secure internet connection, Social Security lockbox, Lane Kiffin, offensive genius. But you do have to credit Alabama for turning the other team's missed extra points into its newest offensive strategy. So that really wraps it up for me. I did hear a rumor coming in here. I know absolutely nothing about its veracity, but that Butch Jones might be looking at the Michigan job, which, who leaves the University of Tennessee? That just doesn't happen. And I think I take great comfort because he was at Cincinnati for what, 1 year? So obviously not the kind of guy to leave a job quickly. Thank you very much.